Welcome to Bike World, welcome to Portugal. It may look like I'm on holiday enjoying the sunshine, and it feels a little bit like a holiday, to be honest. And I'm really sorry, Chris, because I know you probably wanted to ride this one. But look at that. This is KTM's new RC8C, which is basically a partnership between Marcus Kramer and KTM. So Marcus Kramer has been developing bikes for a number of years. Started off with single cylinders, I think it was a 690, then he jumped to the 790 and the 890, and I've ridden a few of his bikes, and they're miraculous, incredible bikes. And this is the latest and last RC8C. This is the wave of goodbye, this is the finale, this is the best one. It is an incredible package. And we've been lucky enough to have a couple of sessions around Portimão on slick tyres in perfect conditions on probably the perfect bike for this track for me. So away we go. Let's try a lap of Portimão on the new KTM track only bike. 135 horse, 142 kilograms, pure race bike. This isn't ever a road bike, it's a pure race bike. I'm going to go this way into pit lane. Quick look, we're all good. What a gargle. So no ABS. So it starts off with a KTM 890 parallel twin engine. And then in terms of power, we are at 135 horsepower with 99 Newton meters of torque, which is more than the standard bike. That's because they've put titanium valves in it, titanium conrods, changed the compression, changed the valves. Basically, they've changed the compression, increased the throttle bodies, put more fuel in it, and made it spin quicker. So this revs to over 12,000 RPM and feels quicker than the road-going 990 that we had a little play on at lunchtime. So this is one seriously fast bike. So it's WP suspension front and rear, fully adjustable. You can change the ride height, you can change the offset, you can change everything about this bike. High and low speed compression, everything is changeable in chassis wise. So you can get the bike to how you ride and the way you ride and your weight and your style. And then as it's a race bike, you've got full race bodywork, the aerodynamic wings, the front mudguard is quick release and easy to access. The discs are a little bit smaller, so it's easy to get the calipers off. The caliper bolts have already been pre-drilled, so it's easy to lock wire them. Everything's already been done. This is a race bike that you could turn up to a racetrack, pass scrutineering and race. All you need is a spare set of wheels for wets and a mate to take the paddock stand off, and off you go. It's even got really unique touches that make the bike special. So the whole rear section, that's a fuel tank. Keeps the centre of gravity really low. The top, where you would have a conventional fuel tank, that's an airbox. And there's a little drainage plug on the side that you'll see, so you can drain the fuel out, have an empty tank, put in the 4 or 5 litres you need for a quick race, measure it all out and make sure it's correct every time. There's lovely little sliders on the back, so if you did crash it, you're not going to damage anything. You've got lots of crash protection. You've got little plates behind the foot peg so they don't hit the swinging arm should you have a low speed crash. Everything that you would want from a race bike. And in the past, I've built race bikes. I've done a little bit of racing. And when you build race bikes, you learn these little tricks like, oh, we need that in case we crash. We need that little touch there. I need easy access to the calipers. I want the wheels to come out quick and easy, which it does. If you take a production bike and you convert it into a race bike, they're brilliant. Don't get me wrong. But that production bike started off as a production bike. So somebody somewhere went, where we're going to put the indicators, where we're going to put the mirrors, it needs a toolkit under the seat, where's the battery going to go, it needs to be easy access for servicing, how is it going to take a pillion, what's it going to be like on the motorway, what's the comfort going to be like, all those kind of things that you do for a road bike, Marcus and KTM didn't bother with, because it's not a road bike. And that's what makes it unique and very, very special, and that's why it works so well around Portimão. I've been lucky enough to know this track fairly well, and what a lovely, sweet, handling bike. It's 142 kilograms dry. That's nothing. It weighs nothing, and it's got 135 horsepower. It's the perfect combination for me of that power and weight and balance. So just done another session on the RC8C, which I keep calling RC8R because I'm old and I remember the RC8R. And yeah, phenomenal bike, as you kind of expect. It just feels like a race bike, but you can turn it off, like roll off 10-20% and ride it really smooth and really nice, and just really enjoy it. Put your elbow down on every apex and just have some great fun. Or you can put your head down and ride it like a race bike, and the more you push, the better it feels. I don't know if I've gone around Portimão with so much confidence, with so much speed, but thoroughly enjoying it. Some bikes you ride here with 200 horsepower and they're kind of, they're riding you. You're just kind of holding on and relying on the rider rates. And then you ride slower bikes and you're just making them scream and you're kind of fighting it, where this has got that lovely blend of power and torque. So in some areas you can get away with using third, you can roll off for a few laps, just enjoy the chassis, and then you can up the pace a bite the screen, drag your elbows, and just have some great fun. There's no ABS, there's no cornering ABS, we've got a bit of traction, we've got different engine modes, got anti-wheelie and engine brake strategy. But that's kind of really it. But again, it's a race bike. Race bikes don't have ABS. It's got big fat slicks, you don't need it. And the traction is like 0 to 1 to 9. And personally, I turn the traction off so I can have some wheelies and just enjoy the chassis. The feedback is incredible. The steering is incredible, the stopping power is incredible. I don't think I've probably gone around Portimão as fast. If I had to race a bike this weekend, I would choose that. I wouldn't choose a 200 horsepower monster. I wouldn't choose a Revy 600. I would choose that, because it's so easy, so fluid, so much fun, and the lap times will come. And if you want to bite the screen, you can do. So let's go out and buy one, shall we? Let's me and Chris get one and enter some race series like British Supersport, which you can see the sister bike to this, the Kramer in. Problem is, they've sold out. So if you do want one, you actually have to go to Kramer and buy the Kramer version, which is essentially the same bike without wings, with slightly different fueling. The bike that you see in British Supersport regularly winning in the GP2 class. And the other problem is the price. It is expensive. So it's like 36-ish, £37,000 in the UK. But for that, you get a ready-to-go race bike. And if you drop it or you have any problems with it, you just go to your KTM dealer and get the parts. Really unique experience. It almost feels like I want to come out of retirement and actually do some racing, because it is just such an enjoyable bike to ride. But don't be fooled, you don't have to be a racer to have it. It's just fun and enjoyable. And a big thanks to KTM for letting us have this unique and an exclusive opportunity. So if you've got any questions, I'm sure there's hundreds, fire them down below. I'll try and get back to you. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.